And tonight we have the son of Paul, or Daffy Dean, here. Dizzy did not have children. Paul certainly did. And we have Sandy Dean here to accept on behalf of the Dean family.
I know Diz would be very proud of being inducted to the St. Louis Sports Hall of Fame. He enjoyed events like this. And there's a couple of people here I'd like to acknowledge. My son, Kevin Dean, would you stand up? I found out what kids are really for now. They're to take care of you when you get old. And there's a lady here tonight that's the curator of the St. Louis Baseball Museum. And I'm glad to see her here tonight. Paula Holman, would you stand up? Back in the 30s, there was a curfew on the players. And when you were traveling, you had to be in your rooms by 12 o'clock. Well, Diz didn't adhere to no curfews. And one night he came in New York. They were there to play the Giants. And he come strolling in the hotel about 2:30 in the morning. And the president of the league happened to be there in the lobby, sitting with a group of friends. And he stopped Diz, and he said, "Diz, I'd like for you to meet some people I'm here with tonight." Diz said, "Well, sure." So he introduced them, and so Diz started walking to go upstairs to his room, and the president of the league stopped him and said, "Diz, you know you can get in a lot of trouble breaking these curfews. You can get fined or suspended." Diz said, "Well, Mr. President, I tell you what, if you won't tell on me, I won't tell on you." You know, Diz was asked one time by a sports writer if he ever threw at any hitters intentionally. He said, "No, I never did that," but he said, "I used to try to knock that button off the top of their cap." He was asked several times to play golf with President Eisenhower back in the 50s. And of course he accepted. And at that time, his weight had ballooned up to about 300 pounds. And President Eisenhower said, "Diz, I'm really concerned about your health. You've gained all this weight, and I'm concerned about it." And Diz said, "Well, Mr. President," he said, "the first 20 years of my life, I didn't eat too regular, and I'm still trying to catch up." You know, when he was doing the broadcast, the game of the week back in the late 50s and 60s, he was paired with Pee Wee Reese. And nothing was scripted. Diz just said whatever he thought he wanted to say and did what he wanted to do. He might sing the Wabash Cannonball or whatever. One day in New York, they were doing a Yankee game. And all during the game, they kept putting the camera on this couple in the stands, and they were kissing. And Pee Wee said, "Diz, must be some newlyweds at the game." Diz said, "Yeah, I guess there is." Got late in the game, around the 8th inning or so, and Diz said, "Pee Wee, I think I've got it figured out what's going on." Pee Wee said, "Well, what's that, Diz?" Diz said, "He's kissing her on the strikes and she's kissing him on the balls." Thank you very much.